Hey, to talk about how's everyone doing today. If I sound a little funny, sorry. I'm a little congested. I'm a little under the weather. Should be resting, but I really want to do my video for X-Men 97, episode 10. It was a really great overall episode. Praise. Please rehire your Bo DeMail. Just a few thoughts. What I love, what I wish we could have saw more of. But overall, this season has been absolutely astounding. Completely amazing. We start this episode with them, Charles and Magneto in the bar. We heard about this bar a couple of times throughout the whole season, but to actually see it now, them kind of working together when they were younger, them coming out as mutants. Like this whole thing was just like an allegory for coming out of the closet, but with them exposed to each other, they're both mutants. And we see the friendship between them and, the ideas that they had. And even with the, how their ideologies have went different directions as they grew older. We see that this friendship between them. It was definitely hinted at undertone a lot about them possibly being more than just friends. It's been that way that the whole season. They didn't jump on it. Maybe they will this season too, but underlying feelings. But this was like a really touching scene to see them, the hopes and dreams they had for mutants and where it all began. We get to see the Phoenix return, which made me happy. The funniest part about this is when the Phoenix came back, you hear Storm laugh, and that laugh was petty from the bottom of her heart, because that was a laugh like saying, oh, my best friend about to fuck y'all up. Y'all about to get it. Oh, excuse me. But we see the Phoenix come back, and, she puts the little headpiece on Bastion, severing his connection to the Sentinel Primes. You also see her take care of some business with someone else. Like, watching the Phoenix literally purge this monster of all the powers that he's stolen from mutants over the century. I think he's been alive since the 1800s. And him looking like this was absolutely hilarious. Morph got to kind of like mock him, which was again good for he put more through. But this was absolutely funny as hell to me, completely. And we see them, we see the X-Men go one-on-one with Bastion. Mother, I've always liked Rose. She's a beast. To see her kind of get to mollywop Bastion the way that she did, especially using the line of episode 5, remember it? I was so proud. I said, yes, Rose, whoop his ass. Like, he's been walking around here a little bit too cocky. Humble him real good. It was really the thunderclap for me. I was so, yes, Rose, get him. But everyone got active. Sunspot got some action. Jubilee got some licks in. Scott, everyone. Really wonderful to see. This was also a very wonderful moment to see too. Given the kind of like Cable's detaching the Jean because she wasn't Madeline, even though Madeline's the clone of Jean. But them just kind of like sitting at the table talking as a family. And we realized that Cable, Nathan, wanted to be there for the adventures, for the battling alongside the X-Men. So to see him just have this little moment, he could see his father's eyes for the first time, and just a really wonderful little moment. This was a moment I also really loved too, seeing Morph express their feelings for Wolverine. And even Bo DeMille has confirmed that they were expressing their romantic feelings for Wolverine. And I will say one of the downsides of this season is that we really didn't see Morph have his own storyline. Again, only there being 10 episodes, only so much they can do. I'm hoping that in season 2, there's more of a push for Morph to get their own storyline. Let's explore these feelings that they have for Wolverine. On top of the show, what it represents for like marginalized groups in dealing with, some of the heavier things. There's also the melodrama. You got Morph, who's in love with Wolverine, who's in love with Jean, Jean's with Scott. Literally have their own like entanglement because of Sinister with a clone. This would be, I think, a very interesting storyline to develop. But for Morph to say those words, even though they didn't feel comfortable saying it as themselves, they had to say it as Jean. But it's still very beautiful to see. We also saw a lot of cameos. These last episodes definitely saw a lot of cameos. We see Doctor Strange working in a hospital, operating to do some type of surgery, while the blackout was still in effect. And that also highlights that what Magneto did. It didn't just take out the Prime Sentinels. It also did a lot of damage to infrastructures, hospitals, planes, all that kind of stuff. Again, I'm not going to get on the whole Magneto's right thing, but that was just like a really nice highlight we saw there. We see Peter and Mary Jane. Hopefully, we get the continuation of this show. I would love to see it. Now they've shown they can do this with X-Men. Why not bring back the Amazing Spider-Man? We also see Iron Man and Captain America together with the President, Kelly, in like the War Room. And I will say, I am a Captain America fan. I wish he had tried to fight a little bit harder before they decided to enact the Magneto protocols for the X-Men. This whole thing of I definitely feel like we're going to get an Avengers vs. X-Men. Hopefully, maybe season 2, maybe season 3, if there is a season 3. But I definitely feel like we're going down that road based on how this season has gone from episode 1 to episode 10. But a lot of cameos too. So that's just really cool to see. And speaking of, we possibly in season 2, we probably will see a new team, given that the X-Men were, everybody thinks they're dead, but we know that they've been like pulled through time. We see this board, we see Kitty, Shadowcat over here, Exodus, who was on Genosha. So that he's pictured here shows that he may have survived. We have Havoc, one of the other original X-Men, Iceman, Colossus. So it would be interesting to see them come back together and see if we can get a new team to find what happened to the X-Men. And you can't have a Marvel show or a movie without a post-credit scene. We see here Apocalypse kind of rifling through the debris of Genosha, and we see the card. And the last thing he said was death, indicating we're going to get the 4 Horsemen. And this is present day Apocalypse. When we saw the teams get pulled through time, we see Jean and Scott in the future with their young son Nathan and the rebel army that raised him. And we see everyone else, mostly everyone else, I'm going to talk about that in a second too, in the past with the young Apocalypse. I cannot pronounce his name, so I'm not going to try. I can't remember it at the moment. So I'm interested to see how that's going to all work out. But this is, again, overall great episode. I will say one of the other highlights something I want to see more of. I wish Storm could have had a bigger moment in the final episode. She had an amazing, beautiful story arc this season. But I definitely want her to see her get more active in the last episode. Hopefully, she gets also another character that can get more of a push to the forefront in season 2. But one last thing I want to talk about. As I mentioned, Scott and Jean were thrust into the future. Magneto, Charles, Nightcrawler, Rogue, Beast were all thrust into the past. I don't think we saw Wolverine morph and Storm. Wolverine was still, healing from having adamantium ripped out. But I don't remember seeing them. They didn't show these 3 when they showed everyone else in the past with the younger Apocalypse. So I'm wondering if they're together, and if they are, where the hell are they? But overall, this show has been absolutely amazing. I cannot wait for season 2 to come. What do you guys think? If you watched it, did you like it? What were your thoughts? Let's talk about it. Thank you for watching my video. I'm sorry I sound a little congested, because I am. But I'll see you next time. Hopefully I feel a lot better. Bye.